Welcome back to Havana Hangouts Episode 9. Now, the orange seats are back, so you know it's going to get real serious. I'm still your host, Christabella, and on today's topic, we're going to be talking about dating in 2026. Now, is this still about connections, or have we turned dating into a business transaction? Joining me on this episode is going to be Miss Naomi, so let's bring her in and let's get this topic started. All right, guys. So we have Naomi here.
Hi, I'm Naomi.
Okay, so guys, let's just dive right into the topic because we have a lot to actually double down on. So, Naomi, when you hear dating, like, what comes to mind in 2026? What comes to mind?
Stress.
Oh God, guys, she said stress. Please elaborate for people that might not know what we are talking about. Do you understand?
I think dating in general is responsibility. It's not just about vibes.
Yeah.
Like that's if you're serious, anyways. And so it's going to be stressful, but it just depends on whether the person you're dating is worth the stress. So yes, there's a lot of emotional tugging.
Yeah.
I think that is stressful.
Okay. So you guys have heard what she has to say. So let's dive right. We're going to divide this into like at least 4 sections. So we're going to break it down one by one. So let's get into the first one. The first section we're going to be talking about is the question that men always throw around, like, what do you bring to the table? What's your thoughts?
I think it's a stupid question. I think it's a very stupid question.
Backed up actually.
I think it's a very stupid question because I feel like if we've gotten to a point where we're talking consistently and we've been out together for a while, and now you're asking me what do I bring to the table? So you don't know.
Yeah.
If you don't know what I bring to the table, why are you here? I feel like I guess that what do you bring to the table question is like, what do you offer, right? What's your value, basically? So if you're asking me that question, that means is it that you have not seen my value till now, or you don't see any value? You want me to communicate, like put it in a list? This is what I offer.
Maybe the ones that they have seen, they're not even okay with it. They want more, so they are trying to get it from like, what do you bring
exactly to the table? So I feel like if you really like yourself, even before you even like me, if you like yourself, then you should be with someone who you believe can, add value to your life. So if at this point you are still asking me what do I bring to the table as if you do not already know my value or my worth, then I think you should move on to somebody else. Because I think relationships are meant to add value to your life, and whoever you're dating should add some sort of value to your life. So if you can't see me adding value to your life to the point where you have to ask me to list out the things I can actually do for you as a person or add to your life, then it's like, what? It's not clicking.
I think people are now, I feel like people are focused more on what they can get from the relationship and not who the person is. I feel like they're always focused on, what can I get? What can I gain from? And I'm talking both ways. I'm not just talking about the men before they will start saying, oh, this, that. I'm actually talking both ways because even nowadays, like, women also want, and in a way, I actually get the transaction part of it though. But because even in friendships and family, there's still a transaction going on. So I actually understand that part, but not everything about the whole transaction thing makes sense to me. So, but I feel like nowadays it's like everyone is asking, what am I gaining from this? Why should I be here? Like, you need to tell me why I need to be invested in this. Do you understand? But that's how it is now.
It sounds like the person doesn't know why they want to be there.
Do you understand? But that's what's going on at the end of the day. That's just how people view relationships in 2020.
I don't think it's wrong to want value from the other person, but it's important to make sure that you're also offering value to that person as well, because at the end of the day, everything is actually transactional. There is nothing like unconditional love. Nobody loves you unconditionally. Only God. It
is give and take.
Only God loves you unconditionally. Maybe your mom loves you unconditionally, but anybody, it's a lie. They are lying to you. So for you to be in a relationship with someone, whether friends or in business or in any other way, you have to be adding some sort of value to my
Valid,
life.
yes, yes.
So I think that that is important. If you're not adding some value to my life, then I actually wouldn't spend time with you or anything like that. But I think when it becomes a problem, or when it becomes transactional, rather when that is all that it is about,
Yeah.
you see this person specifically as, okay, let's say men offer money, and then you do
Yes.
not see him for the man he is beyond the money that he gives you, or you do not see the woman she is beyond the food
And
that
once
she
you
can
start
be
seeing
cooking
someone
for you,
as chiching,
as
that's
that
all
particular
you. That's yes,
commodity.
because that's what you.
You're not
Yeah.
seeing their own
Yes,
likes, their
yes.
dislikes, their dreams, their futures, and their hopes, and just their
Yeah.
personality. So then that's when I think it becomes transactional,
Okay.
especially when you like your attitude or your behavior towards them changes the moment they are no longer providing a certain
Yes,
kind of
yes.
thing
Because
that
most
you
times
want.
people now change because maybe
Yes.
this person is not offering what they used to, and myself included. I'm not even. Do you understand? Yeah. So when once you see okay, maybe this person is already the person that I met, maybe you're not acting the same way. And I'm not just talking about monetarily, you maybe
Yes,
how
not
the person treats
monetarily.
you actually.
Yes,
Maybe you start seeing
yes.
changes, and then you start saying, oh, maybe there's someone else. You
Yeah,
start having those
definitely.
doubts, and then all of a sudden you want out because it's too stressful for you. It's now
Yes, a
overwhelming.
lot about it is meeting expectation. A lot about this whole love thing is just meeting the person's expectations. Typically somebody that might not even be your type, if they are meeting all
Yeah,
your expectations, treating
yeah.
you exactly the
You
way
would
you want
want
to
to
be,
stay.
you would want to
Yeah,
stay.
yeah.
So yeah,
Okay, that makes sense, guys. So I hope you guys, as we're going through the sections, I hope you guys will be dropping your stories on each sections on the comments. Like if you've had experience about someone asking you what do you bring to the table, or if you've asked someone what do they bring to the table. I hope you guys can comment down below. So what type of values would you say you'd want someone to bring to their own table when you're dating?
well, well, um, well, I think the values basically, I feel like everybody should have their core values that they
Yeah,
do not shake, that they do not compromise on.
for sure,
For
yes.
me, that would be faith, particularly. Faith, is this person family oriented? What does because if I'm thinking about dating, I'm thinking about long term marriage.
Yes,
So,
yes.
what is this person's view of marriage? What kind of marriage this person wants? Is this person financially stable? It's important. Please, love is sweet,
I think
oh.
most importantly, what they are
The
like in the
money
family
enter, love is
settings,
sweeter.
sweeter. Oh.
It's sweeter.
I
So
think it's more important what they are actually like in the
yes,
family setting. Because if
yes,
you're dating someone, you're actually thinking about long term. Oh, I
yes,
want to see if I'm seeing a future with this person. Because
yes,
these days, I feel like most people just and that still comes around to the what do you bring to the table part. Because
yes.
most days these days people are just dating just to get something and
Things and
forget
people.
that they're actually dating this person for long. Do you actually see a future with
Do
the
you see
person
a
that you're
future with this
talking to?
person?
Because
Basically, yeah.
yes, because most
So
people they
their
don't want.
ideals, especially the
Yes.
things that you're passionate about, I feel like there should be common values. You might
Yes,
not agree
yes.
on everything, but you should have your like your core unshakables,
Yeah.
unnegotiables. For somebody who may be a very strong feminism,
Yes,
they might
yes.
not be able to be with somebody that is more traditional minded
Yeah.
in maybe on gender roles or something
Yeah.
like that. So yeah, so I feel like there needs to be a lot of alignment. So faith, what is their view on family or marriage? What are
Yeah.
their views on certain matters and topics? Their communication style and stuff like that.
I hope everyone is taking notes. So let's move into the section number two, which is splitting bills. Let's enter this hot zone because this is most talked about on social media. You would always see women come up with stories about their experience with guys that they split bills with. Guys, from Naomi's reaction, I can already tell it's boiling inside. It's shaking up inside. What's your view on splitting bills?
I have never split the bill with anybody. And well, one thing I do is if I'm ever going on a date with someone, I
Yeah.
do not go empty handed.
Yes.
I always make sure I have money to pay for what I eat because men will stay in your white.
Yes.
So even if the person at the end of the date decides to be a feminist and says, let's go 50-50, then that's fine. We can go 50-50, but you're not seeing me
Yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or we can be friends, but any hope of a relationship is dead already.
Because that's not what you want for
It does not
yourself.
align.
Because let's be honest, there are also ladies who they
Who
go
like
they
50-50.
love the 50-50
So
part. So
50-50 men should go for 50-50 women,
yeah.
and 100-0 men should go for 100-0 women.
So if we're
Find your
talking
type.
50-50, if we're talking 50-50 monetarily, keep me out of it. That's not what my Bible tells me.
I also, I also feel like it also depends on who initiated the date. If you're a guy
Yes,
and
yes.
you tell somebody to dress up and
Dress
come
up and
out,
come.
then you're the one that brought them out of their house. Take
Do you
responsibility.
understand?
I don't mind if I ever, which I most likely will never, ask a man to go out with me
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'm the one that brought him out. I would prepare to pay.
Yeah.
Even though small part of me would
Knows
want you
that
to be
that
like,
person would be, I'll handle it.
I don't, yes, I will,
Handle
don't
it.
worry, don't worry.
Yeah.
But yes, if you initiate, please pay.
Okay. Okay, so you guys are listening. I hope everyone is taking down. So what do you think the Bible says about splitting the bills?
What
If we're talking biblically, can we give an example
An example.
of yes.
I mean, who worked for 7 years for Rachel? Should it was Jacob, Abi? Jacob worked 7 years for Rachel. Uh-huh. I don't think I can think of a specific example in the Bible
We'll find
where
the
there is
exact
bill
details
splitting,
from
but I believe the Bible already like clearly states positions men as the provider.
yeah.
And one thing I think about love is that love is more about your choices and actions than it is about whatever feelings you may claim to
Yeah.
have. So for God to love the world, He gave.
Yes.
So if you love, you
give.
give. Period.
Kabish. Okay, so my view on 50-50 is let's say the man is the provider and the caregiver. So my job, I feel like okay, now I can cook, I can take care of the home. Like homemakers are. I feel like some women now, because we are now getting into a more stronger view of the society now. I feel like women see women that are homemakers as oh she's just. But that's not really. Do you
No,
understand?
it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It's just as much work, if not more.
Is actually because if you see when people that are housewives per se would come out to speak, they will tell you that this is not an easy job. And then when the husbands would want to try for like a day, they're like, I'm not doing this again. Because if you actually put in that shoe, imagine having like 5 kids at home and you've just
Right.
given birth to your last baby and you're just there alone at
Right.
home. You're cooking, you're cleaning, you're taking care of the
not
toddlers,
easy.
you're taking care of the newborn. That's a lot of work.
It's not easy. I like to look at the Proverbs 31 woman. The Proverbs 31 woman, she had staff. She had a lot of staff.
Oh, guys,
She had a lot of staff.
let's aim higher.
Let's aim higher. She had staff. If when it comes to marriage, doing 50-50, I cannot do 50-50 in marriage.
Yeah.
But like it's good for women to support the household.
Yeah.
You don't have to, wait. Like something needs to be done in the house. Maybe he's not available at the moment. You can take care
pick
of
it
it.
up,
So
yeah.
just do it. It doesn't have to be. I feel like it's because we still have a lot of people may still have a self mentality when they are going into marriage, because the Bible puts it this way that the two shall become one.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are still looking at it as me versus you. So it's about us. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about us. Yeah.
So let's move on to section 3, which is high standards versus expectations. So now I want to ask, do you think that social media has played a role in the way people view relationships?
More than social media,
Yeah.
all media, TV shows, books, everything. Oh yes, all media has
Please
played a role.
elaborate.
It's like the media in film media and social media have portrayed love. We only see one side, especially for these social media couples.
Yeah.
We only see one side. We see their TikToks. We see the things that they do for each other, but we do not necessarily see the fights that may happen in the back.
You only see what they show.
You only see what they show you. They see what they want you to see. Nobody expected Christy and that guy to break up.
Yes,
we didn't know what happened in the background.
That was so honest.
You don't look at the couples on Blue Therapy and you see them on TikTok. You would never know what
that
exactly
they are going through all those things.
And you would never know that maybe they've gotten to a point where they've communicated so much about what exactly they want from each other.
Yeah.
That is like the hard conversations that they must have had for them to get to the point of understanding that they are at currently.
Yeah.
So because like a lot of people feel like they shouldn't have to say what they want. The other person should just know it. But you don't know if this girl whose boyfriend gave her like two bouquets of flowers. You don't know if she told him that she wants
She
flowers.
wanted it and he's gone to get it
Yeah, and he
now.
went to get it. But you're going to repost and be like, God, when?
God, when?
And you just want you want your, your partner to view your status and be like, I should do
And then
this.
all of a sudden it's now an expectation.
Yes, and you're like, if
you're
you
supposed
wanted to,
you're
he
supposed
would.
to do this. You're supposed to
You're
do
supposed to do this,
that.
but you never told that person, and that person never knew it was.
This is why they
Like,
say communication is
so
key
you
at the end
should
of the day.
communicate, and then
Learn how to communicate.
yeah, and then when it comes to like film media and stuff like that, they've portrayed love as a as such a passionate build up of feelings, and like there's butterflies in your tummy and you can't breathe, you can't think, you're literally running mad.
Perfect love.
Perfect love,
Story.
and there's just so much. And then like I want people to think like this love that we always refer to.
Yeah.
Do you really feel like running mad? Like I don't know. Is it that
Or is it
intense?
just in your head?
Is it just like, because like sometimes I see where people are like, oh, that's love, that's real love. They are running in the rain towards each other, and the rain is pouring, and they are embracing each other so
Lord.
tightly.
And then they are like soulmates. Speaking about
And
soulmates,
they're like,
do you think there's one person for one
I do
person?
not.
Explain.
I do not. Well, okay. Well, first of all, Sha, on the like love as such a passionate thing, I feel like love is more of a choice and a commitment than it is feelings.
Yes.
I feel like
Absolutely.
the difference between loving someone and liking someone, I believe, is the way you act towards them. Because there's this analogy that I've seen. If you like a flower, you might pluck it from the ground and put it in a vase in your house. After a few days, after maybe the flower starts to wilt at home. But if you love a flower, you would want to tend to it, to nurture it, to take care of it. So I think that's basically the difference. Because by my understanding, because I bring my faith into almost everything, including dating. Although a lot of people call it idealistic, that is not realistic. I believe that love is more of a choice, because whenever you see love mentioned in the Bible, or love being spoken about in the Bible, it's more about doing things. Those who love me will obey my commandments. If you love me, you will do this. If you love me, you will do. If you love me, you will do. It's not really about so much feeling. I would say it's more of a choice, because in the Corinthians definition of love, love is patient, love is kind, love is long suffering, love does not boast, and all that. I think that should be you choosing to like display all of that to someone, is what is actually love. Like those things can be easier when you have like truly romantic feelings for that person. But at the end of the day, it's a choice, because what happens when you're 10 years into the marriage and you don't really like this person right now? Like the person has annoyed you, you have to still choose to be kind towards them. You still have to choose to be patient with them. So that is what I believe like love actually is. But on the subject of soulmates, I don't believe in soulmates.
Why?
I don't believe in soulmates because I don't know. I don't think that there is only one person, but I believe that there's a right kind of person for every person. So there are people who are good that you may not be compatible with simply because of the kind of person that you are. But also I do not know. I'm not sure if there's any like anywhere particularly where it is mentioned that there is only one person for you, like within the Christian context. So I don't think that is real. But I believe that the Bible gives us a guide on how to actually choose the right person, and then the spirit of discernment and God is there as well to help us with that. So I believe that there is a right kind of person. So once you have your cover, once you can define exactly what you want in here, and then you're able to meet somebody with such qualities, then I think you can actually build something with that person. Because if you're saying there's only one kind of person, there are like how many billion
Millions of
people
people on
in the
planet.
world? Okay, so what happens if there is the one? So the one is still a human being. What if you meet the one, and the one has anger issues that you cannot handle?
What happens?
What happens then? You have to stick with him because he's the one. That's why I say that there is a right kind of person, but not one person. Another thing with this expectation thing is potential. This is something that has actually like muzzed me for a while, because it's like somebody might not be exactly because you're never going to find exactly what you
Exactly
want.
what you want. It's never that.
So I think one issue that people have in relationships at the moment is they get into a relationship and then this person is not exactly what they want, right? But then they say that you can start teaching them certain things. But then again, there are some things that you cannot change. And there are some things that you cannot change. That's why I think it's very good to have your
Also,
core.
okay. Do you think you can change a person?
I do not think
An
you can.
adult, especially.
Somebody can only change themselves. I don't think you can
Exactly. You
change
can
them.
train a child,
I don't think you can
but an
change them.
adult, I don't
I don't
think.
think you can change
Anytime
them.
someone says, "Oh, I think I can change," I'm like,
No,
"Girl,
don't change him. It's not your responsibility.
you are in for
Do
the
you not
long
even
ride
do you even know what it takes to
to change an adult."
no, think about what it took for you to change yourself. Think about how long it took for you to stop that bad habits that you've been struggling with for years. Like they've preached to you, they've beat you, they've flogged
You've
you.
even fought with
You
your
fought with
demons.
yourself. Your friends
Sorry,
have told you, and you were still
what?
finding it hard to change. You know, want
And you
to
want to change somebody,
somebody else.
a
No,
man,
no,
a man
no. I
that will
don't.
stand his firm ground
It doesn't work. But I do believe that people can learn and change if they want
if they
to.
want to.
Yes. So, in as much as you might not find exactly what you want, if you're now teaching this person certain things and then you're actually seeing fruit and effort on the
Yes,
person's
yes.
end and you're seeing that they're evolving.
This person is doing work, so I'm going to
Yeah,
support
the
you
person
because
is
you're
doing
actually doing.
because you're actually doing it,
Yes,
and
yes.
because a lot of people are like, oh, they don't want potential, they want somebody that is already everything that they
Yes,
want.
yes,
But you have
yes.
to be patient with people the same way you want
True.
people to be patient
Patient
with
with
you.
you.
So
Do unto others what you want to
what you
be
want
done
them to
unto
do
you.
unto you.
So let's talk about real, genuine connections. How we can spot, is this true? Is this real? Like how would a person tell that, okay, this thing I'm feeling for this person is real, or the way this person is treating me, okay, this is real, this is true. So let me just give it a chance. This is like your advice to the viewers on how you might view it actually, so that they can.
Well, first of all, if you have not, I would advise you give your life to Christ. Because it's only the Holy Spirit that can help you
To discern that this is the
that
right
this
person for you.
that this is genuine. Because people are lying. People can
Can
pretend.
lie.
People can
We're
act.
not just talking about men, we're talking both ways.
People both
Can
ways.
lie.
People can lie. People can pretend. So I can't even tell. I don't know if you don't know whether your feelings for somebody are genuine, then you have to do work on
On
yourself.
yourself.
On yourself. But trying to discern another person's feelings,
When you haven't discerned yours actually.
that is messy. So discern your own feelings first, I would say. And then as for that person's own feelings, well, I think we've already spoken a lot about actions. So like in as much as if a snake wears another skin, is still a snake. So yes, so they will definitely show themselves. Just that you have to be watchful.
Yeah,
You have to be watchful. You cannot allow yourself to be clouded by emotions of love. So please refrain from jumping into the deep end from the start. Take it step by step. We like to rush. Small thing, 2 weeks. Oh, I love him.
It's my life.
He's my heartbeat. He he makes me I this I that. Let's calm
1 week
down.
you're already missing somebody.
Let's calm down.
Oh,
Let's
God, I
calm.
beg.
Small.
Take it a step at a time at the end of the day.
Just
Oh,
small.
God, I beg.
Small.
For me, I think people currently, I feel like people are guarded
Yes.
with their feelings. Nobody wants to be, what's the word? What's the word when you let your guard down?
Vulnerable.
Yes. Nobody wants to be vulnerable with their partners anymore.
Right.
It's like there's no trust, but you want to love. And love and trust actually goes is a two-way. So I don't see how someone wants to be in a relationship and they are not vulnerable.
Yeah.
So that means if you cannot trust this person, you're weak. You're not even actually meant to be
Yeah.
with this person.
If
You cannot trust.
if there's anything that movies did not over exaggerate, it is the power of love. When they would say it's the power of love, the power of friendship over
Yeah.
the love is a very powerful thing. Yeah, it's not something for weak people. When the villain is telling the bad guy that your weakness is love.
Yeah.
All the friends that you have, all these people, their weaknesses, and you know that you actually have to be very strong to love people. Because like if a stranger calls you a fool, it's not going to pain you as much as when your loved one tells you that you're a fool. People who you love and who love you back will always have some sort of power over you. They're going to have a huge part of you in their hands, and that they can at any moment. So yes, it takes strength to love and also to be loved. So I think, like, if you know you're not ready for vulnerability, it's going to affect your relationship negatively, because it can bring about doubt. You not fully open up yourself to this person, right? But I still feel like there are things that other people have to do to help you feel safe enough to be vulnerable with them. It's not everybody that you allow yourself to be vulnerable with, right? So I think that there are a lot of people that are trying not to get hurt, and there are people that are hurt and are trying to hurt other people knowingly and unknowingly. So there are a lot of hurt people hurting people. So so please, before you enter your next relationship,
that as a quote somewhere.
please heal.
There's a lot of hot people hurting people.
Please work on yourself before you enter that relationship, and then you get somebody's innocent child. But a lot of people are guarded, like rightfully so. I myself am a very guarded person.
Me.
So it takes a lot of strength and courage to actually be vulnerable to somebody. So if somebody is being vulnerable with you, please take it very seriously. Don't take it for
into a joke.
Don't
take
really
it making the best of you.
Don't take it for granted, because if they withdraw, if it's my type of person, if I withdraw, you'll not see me again. It will take a while for me to see again. It's just like please do that effect. And then I'm gone. I'm gone. Not that you are self-sufficient, not that you are but like on your own you're okay. Please don't enter a relationship out of loneliness, because like the thing is, it takes strength and courage to love, but also it takes to know that even if anything happens after this, I will be fine. So that even if they break your heart, you'll be fine. But if you're the kind of person that you don't have this will I say this sort of like you're okay on your own, you do not need
you're
to be
comfortable in
you're comfortable in your you have to, let me put it that way. So even if you go back to being single, you're still okay. You will not die or be afraid of going into another one
they'll come out
again.
from nation and they're looking like the whole life
like the whole
I'm like, this is just not even the middle of the end, it's just ended.
It's the start of a new beginning.
Do you understand? It ended, not you.
You did not end.
Ended. You did not end. You can now move on to better.
You'll be fine.
All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope we fed you guys with words, with encouragement for people who are down or people that have been served breakfast and you're watching this video. Sorry, but it's not the end of the world.
You'll be fine.
This was a great episode with Naomi. So if you enjoyed, you guys already know how this goes. Make sure you leave a comment about your experience or whatever it is that you've been through, or you have a story that you want to share. Just leave them in the comment down below. And without further ado, share and subscribe. Bye guys. See you guys in the next episode. Bye.